Hello everyone, welcome to ninth lesson of our course for learning Chinese language in an optimized way. In this particular session of our course, we are going through HSK 1 vocabulary. If you are taking this course from the lesson 1, then you are well familiar with our technique, which is the best technique for remembering Chinese characters. It also makes our journey of learning Chinese language the shortest one and the fastest one. Let's start our today's lesson. Here we have this tian qi, which means weather. After reading this character, we have to decompose this character into its basic elements. So on the left side we have this tian, which means day. On the right side we have this qi, which means steam or vapor. So you can notice that this qi has fourth tone above it. So this tian can further be decomposed. At the top of it we have this e, which means one, and at the bottom of it we have this ta, which means big. So this tian is composed of this e at the top and ta at the bottom, while this chi is not composed of any specific character, rather it is directly composed of basic strokes. So we are not going to decompose this chi further. So tian chi, which means weather. Mao, which means cat. So let's decompose it as usual. On the left side we have this radical for animals. It is very famous radical, and whenever it is present in any character on the left side, it means that character somehow is related to animals. So on left side it is radical for animals, while on right side we have this meow, which have two meanings, prouds as well as the meow nationality. This meow can further be decomposed. At the bottom of it we have this tian means field, while at the top of it we have another radical, which is radical for grass. So this meow is composed of this radical for grass and tian, which means field. So we can say that an animal who is present in the field and who plays with the grass is actually cat. Mao. Dongxi, which means things or stuff or person. Let's decompose it. On the left side we have this dong, which means east, and on the right side we have this xi, which means west. So on east and west there are things, stuff and persons. We can decompose this tong further. At the top of it we have this chi, which means 7. So you can notice that this chi has first tone, while we just have studied another chi in tian chi, which means weather. Both of the characters have similar opinions, but both have different characters as well as different tones. This one has first tone while that one has fourth tone. So that's why we should always focus on characters rather than opinion. So at the top of it we have this chi, which means 7. At the bottom of it we have xiao, which means small. So this tong is composed of chi at the top of it, and this one is xiao, which means small, while this shi, which means west, can be decomposed into its components. At the top of it we have this wu, which means cutting off the feet, while this one is very famous and we have studied it many times, and it is cow, which means mouth. So this shi is composed of cutting off the feet, wu, and this cow, which means mouth. So tong shi meaning things or stuff. Run, people. Very simple. Run, people. Mings, name. Mings. On the left side we have this ming, which means name, rank or title, while this one is z, which means character. So any character indicating the name or rank or title is the part of its name. This z can further be decomposed. At the top of it we have this mian, which means roof, while at the bottom of it we have this z, which means child or seed. So this z is composed of this mian and this z. This ming can further be decomposed. At the top of it we have this she, which means evening. So once again you can see that this is she, which have the meaning of evening, while we just have studied in tong shi and other shi, which have different meaning, and that has meaning of west. So I'm hoping that you're getting my point, that we should always study and read these characters, not rely on these pinyin only. So this Ming is composed of she at the top of it, while at the bottom once again we have the very famous character known as Kao, meaning mouth or enclosure. So this Ming is composed of this Kao at the bottom and this she at the top. So Mingzi, which means name. So all of these characters, this one, this one, this one and this one, these are directly derived from basic strokes, and I am hoping that you can do it. And if you don't know how to fetch it out from basic strokes, we're going to read in next character. Shu means book. Shu, shu, shu. You know, this character is not composed of any other specific character, rather it is directly composed of basic strokes. So let's derive it from basic strokes. These are the basic strokes. It is hang, zhi, guo, shu, tian. So you can see that this shu is directly composed of these basic strokes, and you have to derive those basic characters from these basic strokes. Han yu, which means Mandarin. Han yu. Mandarin is actually the official name of Chinese language. On left side, once again we have this Han, which means Chinese people. It is a very big clan of Chinese people. On right side we have this yu, which means language. So Chinese people's language is Mandarin. We can decompose them further. On right side we have this yao, which means again. On left side it is radical for water. These three dots are indicating radical for water. So this han is composed of this radical for water on left side and this yao on right side. This yu is composed of two characters. On left side it is radical for speaking or speech, while on the right side we have this wu, which means I, or to resist. This wu can further be decomposed. At the top of it, it is wu, which means 5. And what is this? This is very famous. Kao means mouth. So this one on left side, wu, which means 5. At the right top, while this kao at the bottom right is actually composing this yu, meaning language, and it is going to combine this han, making hanyu, which means Mandarin. Z character. We just have decomposed. At the top of it we have this mian, which means roof, while under it it is z, which means child or seed. Zhozi, table. Zhozi. On left side once again we have this zhou, which means table. This is z, which have one meaning of child or seed, and the other is it is used for noun suffix. So this zhou can further be decomposed. At the top of it, this one is pu, which means fortune telling, while this one in the middle is zhe, which means sun or day, and the last one is mu, which is tree. So this zhou is composed of these three characters, and these three characters can be directly derived from basic strokes, as we have derived the shu, which means book, from the basic strokes. Is means chair. On left side once again we have this e, which means chair or seat, and this is z, meaning noun suffix. This e can further be decomposed. On left side we have this mu, which means tree, while on right side we have this chi, which means strange. This chi can further be decomposed. At the top of it we have this ta, which means big, and this is k, which means possible. And when we're going to add this mu on its left side, it is going to give us e, which means chair or seat. So this one is mu, ta, k. Okay, so that finishes our vocabulary session. but still we have left with another task, and that is actually a test of your vocabulary that we have studied till now. So you are going to read this paragraph. Most of these characters you already have studied in our previous lessons, but still there are some characters which we didn't study. I have written the name of this character and its meaning in brackets. In our next lesson, this exercise will be little tough. You will be able to solve that exercise only if you know all of those characters that we have studied till now. So solve this exercise at the moment, let me know in comment box, and wait for our next exercise. That will be more tough and beneficial at the same time. So good luck to you. See you in next lesson.